disciples focus.
Are you sitting? You wanna hold? You can hold the mic already.
A lot of things were spoken that weren't really spoken aloud at that time. And most of the things that we had to say about our environment and our society, we said behind closed doors. That was a platform where people came and said things openly.
But isn't he a symbol of peace? No, he is a symbol of a country in pieces. The day was 1960 BC when we followed one of your disciples, Robert Sobukwe, who parted the Red Sea of Sharpeville streets. 69 lives were lost that day, but what is a black soul but a commodity for the minorities economy? 1992, 1993 AD, behind the closed doors of Kodesa, you denied your people 3 times. Do you know these people? No. Do you know these people? No. They were there in the Rivonia trials. Do you know these people? No. For 27 years we followed you in the cold white desert, left our homes for matchboxes and perpetual poverty, because you told us that one day we would be free. But what is freedom without dignity? You said to us, better is a poor man who walks in integrity than a rich man crooked in his ways. But we have been poor for too long, our hunger has expiry date. We have been poor for too long, our hunger has expiry date. South Africa is burning. Tell the angel of death to come before it's too late. Oh, Tata, did you not listen when your father said, Steve Biko, on this rock we shall build a new foundation, but it took it to other nations, rainbow nations, where there is no black in the rainbow. This is our reality. As we drink this cup of poverty and eat this bread of democracy, we remember that dreaming was never free. Dawn was right. Dreaming was never free. To live, love, and believe also meant that we had to know, sing, and die. To live, love, and believe also meant that we had to know, sing, and die. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, the Jesus Christ of South African politics. God save us all. Amen.
We have a long history. Our culture doesn't just come from South Africa, it comes from places like Malaysia and India and also Angola, different African countries as well. It's difficult to think of anything other than colonialism and apartheid. The most pervasive thing that comes up when a person thinks about our history is all of the pain that we've been through. And I think that has had a huge impact on our political situation and our social situation. And in South Africa, it's still like a person's economic status and a person's race is still very closely intertwined.
It took me a while to realize I can't hate you. I love you so much that I want you to move beyond these narrow ideas of we made this world. Brought civilization to the brainless masses and realize that what you've done is steal, enslave, and conspire to attain your place in history as you see it. Single visionary race of greatness. You don't consider us. Don't ponder the generations of dehumanization your so-called legacy is built on. But I'm able to move past our true history and come to a consensus because I really want you to join us, the rest of humanity. But this cannot take place until you consider us. Consider what was done and what has since been perpetuated against us. Until you comprehend entirely how centuries of white supremacy has made innate that which is utterly unnatural. Black self-hatred, mass enslavement, poverty and ill education, until you understand that racism is more than just the hatred of skin abundant with melanin. It is an institutional, psychological and socio-economic structure that has not yet been demolished. I'm not asleep on your white polished floors anymore. I'm awake. If you don't give me my freedom, I'll take it.
The first black journalist for Drum magazine, his name was Nat Nakaza. So that I read about his life, and that inspired the poem. Also, there was a lot of racism that was covered in the news at the time, and that obviously made me a bit angry. And then I was reading about this man, and then I tried to imagine him with similar anger. So I tried to take our environment and sort of try and imagine him being in a similar environment, obviously worse because it was apartheid. Beyond that, it can be generally for anyone that was sort of in that kind of a situation, which is most people of color. Because it's healing more than anything else.
Right Arab, right Palestinian, right Afrikaner, right human too.
There's a lot of conscious poetry that's coming out now, and people are starting to do things that are critical of our society and that delivers a lot of commentary. Not just love poems or things to be cool or things like that, but things that relates to our environment and our reality.
The memory of going to the beach every New Year's Eve is one I share with cousins and most people raised black. How the elders would forbid us from going in too deep, to giggle, to splash in our black tights and ShopRite plastic bags wrapped around our new weaves, forbid us from riding the wave for fear that we would be a mass of blackness swept by the tide and never to return like litter. The elders forbid us as if the ocean has food poisoning. I often wonder why I feel as if I am drowning every time I look out into the sea. This and feeling incredibly small. And I have often heard this joke about black people being scared of water or not being able to swim. We are mocked, and we have often mocked ourselves for wiping our faces the way that we do when we come out of water, compared to how they do it all Baywatch-like, and how we so ratchet-like with our postures and kink. Every time our skin goes under, it's as if the reeds remember that they were once chains, and the water, restless, wishes that it could spew all the slaves and ships onto shore, whole as they had boarded, sailed, and sunk. Their tears are what have turned the ocean salty. This is why our irises burn every time we go under. Every December 16th, December 24th, December 31st, our skin re-traumatizes the sea. They mock us for not being able to willingly throw ourselves into something that was instrumental in trying to execute our extinction. For you, The ocean is for surfboards, boats, tans, and all the funky stuff you do under there in your bathing suits and goggles. But we have come to be baptized here. We have come to stir the other world here. We have come to connect our living to the dead here. Our respect for water is what you have termed fear. The audacity to trade and murder us over water, then mock us for being scared of it. The audacity to arrive by water and invade us. If this land was really yours, then resurrect the bones of our colonizers and use them as a compass. Then quit using black bodies as tour guides of the site for your authentic African experience. Are we not tired of dancing, gyrating and singing on cue? Are we not tired of gathering as a mass of blackness to atone for just being here? To beg God to save us from a war we never started? To march for a cause caused by the intolerance for our existence? Raise our hands so we don't get shot. Raise our hands in church to pray for protection, and we still get shot there too. With our hands raised. Invasion comes so naturally for your people. So you have come to rob us of our places of worship too. You have come to murder us in prisons too. That is not new either. Too many white people out here acting God. Too many white people out here doing the work of God. And this God over there says my tummy in knots. Him and I have always had a complicated relationship. This blonde hair and blue-eyed Jesus of my Sunday school has had my kind bowing to a white and patriarchal heaven, bowing to a Christ, his son, and 12 disciples. For all we know, the disciples could have been queer. The Holy Trinity is a weird, twisted love triangle, and the Holy Ghost transgendered. But you will only choose to understand the scriptures that suit your agenda. You have taken the liberty to colonize the concept of God, give God a gender, a skin color, and a name in a language we had to twist our mouths around. Blasphemy is wrapping slavery in the gospel and calling it freedom. Blasphemy is having to watch my kind use the same gospel to enslave each other. Since the days of Elijah, we have been engineered to kneel to whiteness, and we're not even sure if the days of Elijah even existed, because whoever wrote the Bible did not include us. But I would rather exist in that godless holy book than in the history books that did not tell the truth about us, for us, on behalf of us. If you really had to write our stories, then you ought to have done it in our mother's tongues, the ones you cut off when you fed them a new language. We never consent, yet we are asked to dine with the oppressors and serve them forgiveness. How? How? When the only ingredients I have are grief and rage. Another one who looks like me died today. Another one who looks like me was murdered today by your kind. May that be the conversation at the table, and we can all thereafter wash this bitter meal with amnesia and go for a swim after that, just for fun. Just for fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cape Town International Airport.
NgingumXhosa, ngimuSuthu, ngimuTswana, ke Mopedi, ke Ferekane, ha ke itsebe. Ndididekile andizazi. Yonke lento yaqala mhla utata washiya umama, umama washiya utata okanye ngolaa suku abazali bohlukana ngalo. Hohle ho qadile mme ha mme ana siya ntate kapa ntate ha ba siya mme kapa batswadi ba hanne ba orwana. This started the day my mother left my father or my father left my mother, the day my parents parted ways. I am forced to speak in a foreign language to suppress my mother's tongue. I stutter in my father's tongue. This way I favor no side, I am neutral, just a human being. My being is naked, refusing to wrap itself in traditional attire. My spirit is limping, a casualty of family and cultural wars. I want to speak without eyes judging me. I want to say, Kitsenulo. Ke rapela ka dithotokiso. Ke ngwana wa baprofita le dingaka. Leave me alone. Stop telling me that I don't speak proper Pedi, Tswana or Sotho. What do you know about me? Ndingunyana, umchana, umzukulwana wasemanqosinini. Wena yekwana ungixelela ngobuXhosa baba bungagqibelela kayi. NdingumXhosa ngesibeleko, ngebele, ngentetho nangengqeqesho. Ke Mopedi, ke monna wa Mosotho. Ke setlogolo sa Masinya le Motlounga, mzukulwana kaGaba. Ke mora wa Masinya le Motlounga, ndingunyana kaGaba. Ke Masinya, ke Motlounga, ndinguGaba.
For a long time, we were told a specific story about cultures existing separately from each other in this country. And I think what I'm at least realizing more and more, and I think as a nation we're also coming to realize it, is that intercultural encounters have always been part, especially in Cape Town, it's always been part of life. People meeting each other from different cultures. So from the first people that lived here, the Khoi and the San, Cape Town being a stopping point for ships between Europe and Asia was also, that happened from the 1600s regularly onwards. Ever since then also, it's been about people from different places that come together. And so you have a lot of different histories in Cape Town specifically, a lot of different histories from the East, and influences from the East, influences from Europe, and influences from Africa itself. So it's almost as if there's always been this mixing, and you can see some product of that cultural mixing process, like for instance Afrikaans. Afrikaans as a language is something that came into being because of this meeting of people from different places. It contains traces of Malay and Indonesian culture. It contains traces of Arab culture. Obviously it's rooted in sort of Dutch and the Dutch grammar, but also just the language itself. A lot of the words in the language are words that come from other South African languages, that are used by people without even knowing that they actually have words in different languages that are the same words in different languages, because that's the kind of sharing that has always been going on. So maybe it's a bit of a too optimistic outlook, but for me that's how I, at the moment, make sense of the cultural reality in South Africa. And I think part of what our tasks as poets are is to reimagine these fictitious pasts that we have grown up with, these stories that we are somehow, we're separated from each other, or don't know each other, or don't belong together. Because actually, if you go look deep enough, you'll see that we share so many things. Whatever language you speak and whatever culture you're from, there's so many things that connect us and that have always connected us in South Africa. And I think part of what creatives are doing is trying to show that.
This side of the lion. You see the lion there? The bottom one. But there's a man on the neck of the lion. You see? Oh. On this side of the lion. You see the lion is small one? Yes. But there's a man lying on the neck. Now if the lion wasn't there, the man would be in the sea.
We will do a poem that is both Afrikaans and English. It's called Rondo in 4 parts. It uses Table Mountain as the most contentious place in South Africa, named and viewed from the inside, named and viewed from the outside. And we try here, the two of us, to fuck up the words inside and outside very, 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 very hard and see whether we can come to some other place. Van binne.
From inside.
Van buite.
From outside.
Van binne
From
buite.
in outside.
Van buite
From
binne.
out inside.
Van binneste buite na buitenste
From
binne.
innermost outside to outermost inside.
Van binne en buite benoemers na binne en
From
buitenste
inner and
berg.
outer name givers to inner and outermost mountain.
Van binne Kamisa, van binne Soetwater.
From inside Kamisa, from inside sweet water.
Van binne Kamisa, van buite
From
vars
inside
water.
Kamisa, from outside fresh water.
Van binneste binne vars water,
From
vars soet.
innermost inside fresh water, fresh sweet.
Van binne, van buite.
From inside.
Van buite golfo.
From outside Golfo.
Van buite
From
golfo
outside
dentro.
Golfo dentro.
Van buite golfo
From outside Golfo dentro.
Das seras van buite.
From outside.
Van buite golfo.
From outside Golfo.
Van buite.
From outside.
Van binne.
From inside.
Van binne.
From inside.
Van buite.
From outside.
Van binne buite.
From in outside.
Van buite binne.
From in outside.
Van binneste
From
buite
innermost
na
outside
buitenste
to outermost
binne.
inside.
Van binne
From
en
inner
buite
and outer
benoemers
name
na
givers to
binne
inner
en
and
buitenste
outermost
berg.
mountain.
Van binne
From inside Kamisa, from
binne
inside
Soetwater.
sweet water.
Van binne
From
Kamisa,
inside
van buite
from
vars
outside
water.
fresh water.
Van binneste
From
binne
innermost
vars
inside
water,
fresh
vars
water,
soet.
fresh
Van
sweet.
binne, van
From
buite.
inside, from outside.
Van buite
From outside
golfo.
Golfo.
Van buite
From
golfo
outside Golfo
dentro.
dentro.
Van buite
From
golfo
outside
dentro.
Golfo
Das
dentro. Das seras from
Van
outside.
buite golfo.
From
Van
outside
buite.
Golfo. From
Van binne.
outside. From inside.
Van Tafelberg
Table
Klipman,
Mountain
van buite
Klipman, from outside
Mons
Mons Mens.
Van binne, van
From
buite.
inside, from
Van
outside.
binne buite.
From inside
Van
out.
buite
From
binne.
outside in.
Van tafel
From
van
table
klip,
of
van
stone.
binne,
From
van buite.
inside, from outside.
Mons Mensa
Mons
van
Mensa
klip
of
en
stone
van
and
buite.
from outside.
Mons Mensa
Mons
van
Mensa of
klip
stone
en
and
van
from
Mensa.
Mensa.
Hoe die kwaggo
Urikwachu
van binne, van
from
buite.
inside, from outside.
Van binneste buite,
From
hoe die
innermost
kwaggo
outside.
van buite.
Urikwachu from
Hoe die
outside.
kwaggo van
Urikwachu
binne, hoe die
from
kwaggo van
outside.
buite. Hoe die
Urikwachu from
kwaggo van
outside.
binneste buite.
Urikwachu from innermost outside.
Van binnen.
From inside.
Van buiten.
From outside.
Van binnen
From
buiten.
in outside.
Van buiten
From
binnen.
out inside.
Van binnenste
From innermost
buiten naar
outside to
buitenste
outermost
binnen. Van
inside.
binnen
From
in
inner and
buitenste
outer name
benoemers.
givers to inner
Naar
and
binnen in
outermost
buitenste
mountain.
berg. Van binnen
From inside
Kamisa.
Kamisa.
Van binnen
From inside
Soetwater.
sweet water.
Van binnen
From
Kamisa.
inside
Van
Kamisa.
buiten
From
vars
outside
water.
fresh water.
Van binnenste
From
binnen vars
innermost
water,
inside
vars
fresh
zoet.
water.
Van binnen
Fresh
van
sweet. From
buiten.
inside from outside.
Van buiten
From outside
golfo.
Golfo.
Van buiten golfo
From outside
dentro.
Golfo dentro.
Van buiten golfo
From
dentro.
outside
Dat
Golfo dentro. Dat
seras van
seras
buiten.
from outside.
Van buiten
From
golfo.
outside Golfo.
Van buiten.
From outside.
Van buiten.
From inside.
Umlindi.
Umlindi.
Umlindi we.
Umlindi we.
Umlindi we
Umlindi we
mingizi.
mingizi.
Umlindi
Umlindi we
mingizi.
mingizimu.
Van binnen,
From
van
inside,
buiten.
from outside.
Van binnenste
From
buiten,
innermost outside, umlindi.
Umlindi, we
Umlindi, we
mingizimu.
mingizimu.
Umlindi
Umlindi
kwachu.
kwachu.
Huri
Huri
umlindi.
umlindi.
Huri kwachu
Huri kwachu umlindi.
Umlindi, we
Umlindi, we
mingizimu.
mingizimu. Huri kwachu mons mensa.
Van binnen.
From inside.
Van buiten.
From outside.
Van binnen
From
buiten.
in outside.
Van buiten
From
binnen.
out inside.
Van binnenste buiten
From
naar
innermost
buitenste
outside to
binnen.
outermost
Van
inside.
binnen in buiten
From inner and
benoemers
outer
naar
name
binnen
givers
in
to inner
buitenste
and outermost
berg.
mountain.
Van binnen
From
Kamisa
inside
naar
Kamisa.
binnen
From
Soetwater.
inside sweet water.
Van binnen Kamisa,
From
van
inside
buiten
Kamisa, from
vars
outside
water.
fresh
Van
water.
binnenste
From
binnen
innermost
vars water,
inside
vars
fresh
zoet.
water, fresh
Van binnen,
water.
van
From
buiten.
inside,
Van buiten
From
golven.
outside
Van buiten golven
From outside
dentro.
golfo dentro.
Van buiten
From
golven
outside
dentro.
golfo
Dat
dentro.
seras
Dat
van
seras.
buiten,
From
van buiten
outside.
golven.
From outside golfo.
Van buiten.
From
Van
outside.
binnen.
From inside.
Van binnen buiten.
Inside out.
Van buiten
Blows
buiten.
outside out.
Van buitenste
From
binnen naar
outermost inside
binnenste
blows
buiten.
innermost outside.
Van buiten, van
From
binnen.
outside blows inside.
Bin buiten.
In outside.
Buiten binnen.
Blow inside.
Buiten binnen de buiten. Bin
Out
buiten.
innermost out
binnen.
blows
Bin
outermost
van
in.
buiten.
From blow
Buiten,
inside
buiten,
outmost.
benut,
Out blow side
benut,
inmost.
benut,
Beside.
Benoet. Gebenedijde.
People come exactly because we have a history as a country of people not knowing each other's stories, because that was part of the whole big blueprint of apartheid. Is really, cultural segregation as much as physical segregation.
This is South Africa. We mingle. These languages are old. Intermarriages has been an old thing.
Practicing this thing called performance poetry, and some people refer to it as slam poetry, but really I think it feels like we still need to name this thing that is emerging, and that is really taking sort of the creative world by storm here in Cape Town, but also there are bigger spoken word movements like Word and Sound in Johannesburg, and all these people are doing similar things with music and words and language.
Thank you. Someone's listening. I'd like to leave you with an uplifting celebration of life poem. It's a celebration of rhythm. Rhythm's our mother tongue. It's what we all speak. And it's what gives us understanding, I think, ultimately. Remember, something's bubbling, sampating, gababalating, and it's better than our best thinking. It's a billion bubble drum hatching, dot-to-dot picture, everything overlapping and clapping laughter, adventure rapture. We are 7 billion faces of the same music teacher. Yes, sampating, gababalating, and it seems to say, just come out. Whatever your closet is, just come out, because there's no more room in there. There's no more room for rumors, so just come out to play. Make a way to play. Just get out of your own way. Give love the right of way. Give patience a chance. Soon is enough. Pace and the pulse and the peace. Pace and the pulse and the peace. How would I be if I wasn't giving rhythm? I know I've got to deserialize my seriousness, derealize my deliriousness. I think so. Yes, let's live love. Let's live a lot of love in the deep lane. Live love in the deep lane. This is the source. This is the source of super, normal deliciousness. Help yourself to happiness. Let yourself in. Let yourself into the home of your heart. Dream in, dream out. Get the treasure off your chest. Make space, make space, make space. Shift your base. Change your mood swing, because sampating, a babalating. So play attention. Rhythm is the decision. 365 years a day. Rhythm is our mother tongue. We are rhythm driven. 365 years a day. Give love the right of way. Dare dance, dare sing, dare drum. Inspiration is the sun. Sunshine is for everyone. Sun drum, golden bass beat. Everybody drum shine. Positive vibration. Radiate, proliferate, reincarnate, celebrate. Pace and the pulse and the peace. Pace and the pulse and the peace. There is a golden bass beat, and it's called laughter. We are 7 billion faces of the same music, laughter. Who the laughter fit, let them wear it. So let's start removing our armor. Let's start removing our armor. Everybody see the new nights in shining drama. Everybody unite in shining drama. And if you're going to make anything, make the jump. If you're going to take anything, take the step. One step, no more footprints. Let your roots take wing. Laugh and lift off. Free your feelings with laughter. Come on, let's shrink back to big. Let's shrink bigger with uproarious, stupendous, ludicrous, rambunctious laughter. Surface if you need to. Don't panic if you don't have to. You're hard-headed, you're really hard to set heart. We are all gems in gestation here. Go ahead, flaunt your diamond floor. Who the laughter fit, let them wear it. Pace and the pulse and the peace. Pace and the pulse and the peace. Pace and the pulse and the peace. Thank you.
Is that all? Is that all you're gonna show? Is that all NSYNC? When I say hello, then you say away. Hello. Hello. When I say NSYNC, you say poetry. NSYNC. NSYNC. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Woo!